Was the guest teacher?
He was cool.
He was cool. Sky?
He put a thingy on the board and I solved it and I felt really strong.
Nice, like a puzzle thing or what?
Yeah, it was like 9 dots and then you had like 4 lines.
I wonder if you got that from Mindtrap, because I noticed there was a Mindtrap card out. So check it. 535 or 535. Our lesson for today, very similar to what we've been doing, except you only have one problem here. Now, by that, I mean you have G sections of one problem. So just like we've been doing the past few days in class, today we're just trying to make sure that we're ready for the mastery. So here are the big questions that we want to think about while we're working through these problems. What are you actually being asked to solve? If you don't know that before you dive in, you're just doing random work. So really analyze, what are you trying to solve? What is the relationship that you have between quantities? We've talked a little bit about what thing keeps getting referenced, right? What do they keep referring to? How can we decide which part of the problem should be represented with the variable, either x or w or v or k or whatever? They just use x as the generic variable. And what if a different quantity were represented by x? What if you don't choose the same thing as a different group? Could you still solve it correctly or not? So Mr. Smith will be down here in just a second. As you guys might be aware, wellness is kind of weird for 8th grade. They have like a different schedule this year. So what you want to do is dive in. Now, it advises using the 5D process. Totally one way that would work. You do not have to. Okay? So if you want to use the 5D process, you totally can. You do not have to. I will have an answer key and Mr. Smith will have an answer key when you think you have the problem solved and you two agree as pairs, like you should be solving through it together. Both people need to have work written down. If there's work needed, both people have to have their solution process written down. Stick of a hand, we'll come check, and we'll release you on to the next one. Okay? You could spend 7 minutes per problem and get done. You could spend 7 minutes per problem, based off there being 6, and we've got 42 minutes left, and that would give you plenty of time to finish everything. You could spend less and have time to work on practice, right? So if we get done with all this, we can work on the practice. Be careful with the reading. If I was you, I would potentially like underline or jot down the important stuff. You can write in your book lightly if you go back and erase it, especially if you go get like an art eraser. But essentially all we're doing today is solving problems. I am not leading us through this. I will help your group individually if you'd like, or if we're all struggling on something similar, then I might pull us back together. But really, all you're trying to do is dive in and solve these problems. Do we have any questions? Now, forewarning, we don't have a normal schedule Friday because International Peace, so we are likely going to start your mastery tomorrow and collect all of that Chapter 5 work that I have not collected also. So, today is really your last homework, so if you don't have it tomorrow, I'll still let you turn it in on Friday. So I don't require the next, and it won't be late. But I'm just going to ask for it tomorrow because we're going to start the mastery. So we will start that mastery tomorrow, and you'll probably have through the weekend to study anything that you like realize on the mastery, like, oh shoot, I didn't learn this well enough. And then we'll pick it back up either Monday or Tuesday. We'll decide tomorrow or next week if we want to just jump back in on Monday or wait until Tuesday to jump back into that mastery. Peace. If you're struggling, first, make sure you've reread the problem. Then second, try to rework it. Then you may ask for help. But if you are sticking up a hand and I come over and I ask, like, have you reread this? Or I ask you to reread it and then you're like, oh, which is exactly what happened to some students last week. Like, you should reread it on your own first, carefully read, or maybe one of you read it out loud and the other one listens and just really analyzes. Cool? I would like to be able to give you all candy. Let's make it happen. You have the opportunity for candy. Same thing we were doing last week, essentially.
Oh, okay.
For the people that got here a little late, you are just working in your pairs or trios or small groups or whatever. I don't care what size group you're in, really. Pairs just tend to work a little bit more effectively than larger groups, and you're just trying to go problem after problem after problem. So, let's do these problems. But 1 and 5 3. So you can move that post-it probably. Alright, diving guys. We're gonna grab something off the printer real fast.
Yeah. I really don't like English at all. I'm not prepared for the test. How did they got this using milk for the test? I'll try to find it. Now we're grabbing another one. You want to work together? Okay. Probability is just too stressful. What do you want? I'm on 5-152.
Many insects migrate.
Oh.
Between their summer desert locusts.
What did you ask? What? Closer's homework.
Desert locusts migrate about 800 miles farther than the monarch butterfly every spring. In the peak monarch
Like, including the...
and the pink spotted hawk migrates about 200.
Oh, this is it? Oh, we can get this done. Okay, so, sorry. This is a homework.
Use the 5D process. Mr. Smith, what's the 5D process? You know the 5D process. You need to know what the 5D process is. All of those things. You have to do the 5D process.
Okay. According to many sources, insects are the most diverse group of animals on the planet. The number of species is estimated between 6 and 10 million. Insects are said to represent more than half of all known living organisms and potentially over 90% of the different life forms. The following problems are about insects and other creepy crawly critters. You will use your math skills to find out some fascinating facts about one of the following problems to solve. Be prepared to create solutions to the steps of the process. Probably be solved process of class. Many insects migrate from travel in their summer and winter season. The desert locust migrates about 800 miles farther than the monarch butterfly every spring. And the pink soft hawk moth migrates about 200 miles less than 4 times the distance of the monarch.
This is Ava Matheny and Mason